Hi crafters, I'm Robbie Susan Chandler from RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I'm here to share a project with you, so let's get started. I am so excited about this card I'm going to be sharing with you today. It's made with the Earthen Textures Dies and the Countryside Inn DSP. It's an easel card, so let's take a look at it. Alright, this is the front of the card, and like I said, it's an easel card, so it stands up like this. And this one says, thinking of you. The one I'm going to make today is going to say happy birthday. It's very versatile. Could put just about any saying you wanted to. And I'm going to add a white piece of cardstock here so I can sign my name to this card. But this is the card, and yep, it has a lot of pieces, so let's start looking at all these pieces. Alright, our card base is Night of Navy. It's Night of Navy, and it's 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and it's scored at 5 1/2 inches and 2 3/4 inches. So that would look like this when you fold it. So that's our base. And then we have another piece of Night of Navy that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we have a piece of basic white that's 5 1/4 inches by 4. Now this piece I embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder, which we have to use a gray plate with. And it now looks like this. I love this embossing folder. It's a really cool look. It's got the look of brick but some other splattering in it. And I adhered it to the Night of Navy piece. So we have this piece now. Now to form your easel, you want to take your folded piece and you put your glue just on the bottom half of your card front, and you lay this piece right on top and line it up perfectly. And then you have your easel card, and I've already done that on this piece. Alright, let's get to all these vases. That's the fun part. First, let me show you the paper I used. I used this distressed gold, the distressed gold paper, to punch some leaves and little pods, and then all my vases were cut from this Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. And then I also used some boho blue and a little bit of Night of Navy for the other pieces. Now the dies that I'm using are Earthen Texture Dies, and these are all the ones I've used. And I'll show you the pieces I cut out. Got them all laid right here. Okay, here are the pieces I cut. These are the 3 vases. This is the top of one of the vases, but we decided this also looks like a little COVID mask, a little mask you could wear. So if you need a mask for a card, it's the top part of one of these vases. So I adhered those 2 together to make that vase. So these are all the base parts, and then these are the exact number of pieces I cut for the to go in the vases. Like this die cuts these 3. This palm die cut the boho and the boho blue and the Night of Navy. And then these, the leaf and the pods, were punched with the bow punch. And this piece, this palm fan, is cut with this one. Now let me show you something interesting about this one. It has these score lines so you can fold it. You just fold them all in the middle, and it gives it more dimension. Now when you fold this way, you can also fold back. So literally, like a fan. Forward, back, and then on this side the same thing. And also, if you want to, you can pop these apart is this little section right here. It's just a little thing there that you could just pull those apart and you could make separate leaves. See, like right there, you can tell where it's separated, and you just pull that apart. So that's the pieces we're going to use. And I have put them in my vases already. So let me find my card. Here's my card. Alright, so the tall vase, I used a Night of Navy, a boho blue, and this piece on it. And I made this my back piece since it was so big and tall. Decided it should just be the vase in the back. So I put it over here on the left. Let's just put it down right here. I wanted it so that the top of that palm branch almost reached the top of the card. And then the next vase I put down was this little short one. And see, I put my palm behind it. I have a piece of gold, a Night of Navy. And this one I actually put down with dimensionals to give it a little height. Easy for me to say. Any other time these will come right off. But not this time, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Okay, here we go. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to put a little dot of glue on it. And that'll make that dude stick. There we go. Now this one I put over towards the right a little bit, and I went up. And I wanted the height to kind of come down at an angle from that one. And I tilted it somewhat. And we're going to stick that one right there. And then the middle one, well, let's look at this piece. I also added this piece. This is a Night of Navy palm, and I just laid it across the bottom because when I put this vase down, I felt like I had this big empty space here. So I just added a little glue to it and laid it down behind the other vase. So let's lay this across here. Kind of filled up that empty spot. Hold that for a second. And then this vase, I put a boho blue branch in it, and the Night of Navy stick, and a gold leaf. And let's pop it on. Alrighty, and I put it about right. I wanted it a little bit in front of the tall vase and off to the center a touch. Okay, so there's the front. Now for my sentiment, I used the go-to greetings. I love the set because you get like happy birthday in 1, 2, 3 different sizes, thank you in 3 different sizes, thinking of you in 3 different sizes. And I used Night of Navy ink. I stamped it on a piece of basic white and did a background of boho blue and used a something fancy dies, the layering ones like that, to cut it out. Now when you put this piece down, you want to think about how tall you want your card to stand up, this being an easel card. And for example, the one I made first, my thinking of you, my easel, or my thinking of you, is only this far back, so my vases only stand up this much. So I think on this one I'm going to push it back farther so it'll stand up taller, and I think it'll make a prettier showing when it's sitting like on a desk. So I'm just going to put that right there, and it's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but this is the way that looks. So that one's the happy birthday. This is the thinking of you. Now to take this one step farther, I decided this looked like something that might go in a vase. I'm sorry, not a vase, in a frame. And here I have framed it. I just had a little 4x6 roughed up wood frame, and I cut my Night of Navy piece to fit and put it in a frame, which I thought turned out really cute. This will make a nice little gift for somebody. So if you like this project, give it a try. please like my video, do a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you need a demonstrator or would like to join my team, I would love to have you. Until next time, happy crafting.